This is the prep packet video for Unit 4, Chapter 9.4, Objective 5, where we multiply and divide radicals that have different indices. So with this one, the product and quotient rules apply for radicals only when the radicals have the same indices. In other words, I can do this only because the indices are the same. So what I start with is what I end up with. If I want to do this, where they have different indices, I have to use the rational exponent form. So this would be x to the 2/3 times x to the 5/4. I have to make sure I can't do anything yet. I have to give them the same denominator, which would be 12. So 3 goes into 12. 4 times 2 is 8 times x to the 15/12. You know how I got that. Now I'm multiplying, so I add the exponents, so I come up with x to the 23/12. Can't reduce anything. So that's what you do when they're the same. It's pretty straightforward. When they're different, you have to handle them as fractional exponents. So let's practice on a couple of them. So here, I'm going to ask myself first, do we have the same index? Here's 4 and here's 2. No. In that case, what I have to do is go right to fractional exponents, and this would be m to the 5/4 times m. You don't see anything, so that's the same as to the 1/2. I'm going to add those together, so I'm going to have m to the 5/4 plus, let's see, 1/2 would be the same as 2/4, and I'll end up with m to the 9/4. Can't reduce, so I'm going to leave it the way it is. Here again, and we've talked about this, if they had the same index, I could just throw them all over one big radical. But in this case, I can't, so I have to deal with it this way. So I have b to the 3/4 over b to the 1/3. Again, I'm dealing with fractions, so this is the same as b to the 1/4 minus 1/3, sorry, 3/4. And that will be, again, over 12. So that's 4 goes into 12, so that's 9/12. Sorry, I'm just babbling here. So I end up with b to the 5/12. Simplified. Here again, first step is to check the index. 2, 3, nope. So here again, this is x to the 1/2 times x to the 1/3. 6 is their common denominator, so it's x to the 3/6 plus x to the 2/6 equals x to the 5/6. And if you needed to put that back into radical form, it would be the 6 on the outside, x to the 5th. Here I'm doing, again, I'm going to be working with fractions. So x to the, 4/3 over x to the 1/2. And that's the same as x to the, and we're dealing with 6, so 8/6 minus 3/6 equals x to the 5/6. and coincidentally that and that are equal. So go ahead and stop and copy, and again you're going to look in the book, use your book, it's very helpful. Do the U-tries on page 550 and include your work in the prep packet. And that takes care of chapter 9.4.